We're back. Another series. Why this series? This series is going to be the red flags, characteristics of people that you should avoid, simply for one reason: to save time. Main reason: you never can get your time back. And I lost so much time. Wrong business partners, wrong spouses, wrong employees, wrong people on the projects, wrong decisions, a lot based upon only because of my heart. Thinking that other people would put in the work, have the skills and or discipline that they said they would have. But this is the thing, people. It's not about all, life is not all about pink ponies and riding unicorns. There will be problems. And you know, when you develop projects or businesses with other people, trust me, there will be problems. Not only from third parties, also internal. Things need to be discussed. How close do people actually live to reality? And this specific series, I hope, I'll try to keep it under maybe 4 episodes. And like this, let me also very quickly about my vlogging journey. I still upload the shorts. The series is more or less to try to circle around one specific kind of topic, direction. And I think like this, the YouTube algorithm can carve out the audience that I want to reach. And the people that I want to reach are those people who want to do a little bit more in life. You know, people who want to get out of this 9-to-5 rat race. People who call themselves business owners but are actually self-employed, depend on business partners because they didn't have the balls, had to go all in by themselves. Been there, done that. So I'm not saying anything judgmental. I'm trying to prevent you from time loss, maybe heartbreak, because no matter what, if you go into a project and or a business and or any kind of venture with somebody else, relationships, you somehow get emotional attached. At least the younger you are, at least in my case, you know, I got pretty much in everything full throttle without boundaries, and that is gonna bite you in the ass. So that's why I'm sharing the red flags. And like all my vlogs, they're unscripted, unedited. I just take the clips that I'm shooting with this GoPro and I upload them as different episodes so you can consume them very easily, because you're not gonna listen to for, let's say, 50 minutes to my rattle and daddle. So let's go. Red flags. I think red flags, when it's about one, sneering comments. Sneering comments. Open your eyes. Who makes the comments? And then it would be like, you know, you take them. But what if you would say, why would you say this? And then, usually, from the people who make the sneering comments, they would say, no, it's only a joke. So, and then, in my case, if I would still sit with those people, I would say, so everything that you say is a joke? See, and like this, get rid of those people. And or maybe you punish them, quote unquote punish, a little bit their bad behavior, setting the boundaries. You know, how far can they push it with you? You know, making sneering comments because they see that you do a little bit more. They see that you have a little bit more. You know, that's also a dangerous thing. Never underestimate the part of jealousy, and jealousy can come in so many shapes you don't want to know. And sneering comments are actually pretty obvious, and I think you should anyways always be careful with people who have sneering comments, characteristics or intention, because those people don't have good intentions for you. And of course, the cowards. Let me also tell you this, my vlogs are not for the soft-hearted and the people who just live a comfortable life and just mortgage, wife, children, die. Good. This is for the people who actually want to do a little bit more in life, develop stuff, automate a lot of things like I'm doing. I'm doing everything from the phone. I shared already multiple strategies. I give away sheets, strategies. I'm almost done with the first PDF. You can download everything for free. Anyway, when you actually start doing things differently, talk about something else. You know, you start training. People will start saying, why would you do this? You know, don't go all overboard, be careful. You know, they want to protect you. Now think about this. People who have the intentions to protect you and then exclude your parents, if you still got parents, you know, then you should consider it, but don't let it stop you, because when normal people around you, let's say you're with a group of people that have all, you know, the love handles, the beer bellies, and then all of a sudden you start to work on yourself, well, that's not going to be fun, because you're going to be in better shape. You're going to start thinking differently, and that will definitely attract negative comments, because people want to keep you where they are so they can justify what I'm doing is good. Let me think about an example. You know, like I said, my vlogs are unscripted. So a nice example, I know people from the past, and there's one guy, I don't talk a lot with him because, you know, he actually lied so many times. So, and there's now also, that's another thing. But first, he likes to talk about how happy his children make him. Well, first of all, I wouldn't give a rat's ass, because I know it's not true. He doesn't live that life that he is so happy. Otherwise, you don't have specific extreme vices, you know, to get distracted from the life you actually live. You know, it's true. Watch people with very distracting vices. You know, they also recommend another red flag. People that is in my, see, everything that I'm saying, this may sound maybe a little bit extreme, but even if you would take a percentage of it, trust me, your life would be way more fulfilled. Let's talk about that people constantly recommend, no, not anymore, but before people recommend constantly series. And believe me, I did maybe 3 years ago, I did one Netflix series. I watched it in 2 days because I want to get rid of it, because, you know, it's an addiction that has totally not any benefit. There is no benefit for you when it's about fulfillment. So I'm judging everything by how much, you know, how I'm gonna benefit from this. You know, physically, mentally. Mentally, there's no benefit of watching Netflix. I'm not talking bad about Netflix. I'm in general about watching TV. And when it's about watching TV, I haven't watched television the whole year. Last year I did maybe 35 minutes. I made a post about it. People in a fitness group, they prefer to see you chubby and say that you lost 35 kilos, and they will say, oh, great. When I said I only watched last year 35 minutes of television, and they went totally bananas. Disrespectful comments on my physique, any kind of negativity. But, you know, those are of course the keyboards or the Android or Apple typing heroes. But you know what? Again, people who have the intentions, or actually that they do on a regular basis, the negative comments, leave negative comments on the internet. I think that's weakness. Another red flag, right? So if you know that your friend, or I don't know what, yeah, let's stick in the friend thing. Stick to the friend thing. You know that he or she leaves constantly negative comments on other people. You have to understand, right? Negativity only comes from the bottom. You don't see the CEO of I don't know what big company placing comments on somebody else's physique, right? Negativity always comes from bottom feeders. And the thing is, you, as the person who wants to do more in life, because you're watching my vlogs, you're listening now to the Red Flag series, you know, the characteristics that you should definitely not make one of your own. And if you're surrounded by those people with those